Imagine this. You sit across from someone who means the world to you. They speak, and you don't hear a word. Something tightens inside you. You're afraid. Afraid to lose. Afraid to look weak. And in that moment, you already lose. Because emotional dependence is chains. You think feeling equals living. But every feeling is a hook someone else pulls it, and your reality shifts. You aren't living. You're being controlled. They taught you to feel, to show, to be honest with yourself. That's a lie. Honesty without discretion is not strength, it's leakage. Each time you reveal where it hurts, you point to where you can be struck. The hidden power of indifference is simple. You stop being a puppet of other people's expectations. You mute the internal noise. For the first time, you hear silence. And in that silence, you find authority over yourself. This is not coldness. It's control. A capacity to remain still while everything around you collapses. You watch without intervening. You keep yourself intact. Inside, calm. Outside, storm. Psychology calls it emotional differentiation. You do not deny feeling. You refuse to be driven by it. Your mind becomes a filter, not a cage. While others drown in the storm, you stand on the shore and watch the waves break. You stop reacting, and that scares people. Because you once thought emotion was life itself. Now you see the noise fall away. How the mind clears. How space opens inside. Suddenly, it becomes clear. The less you feel, the more you see. Emotions blind. Indifference brings sight. You start to pick out shapes, details, lies. The world snaps into focus, no filters, no mercy. Insight 1. The frame of value. When you're dependent, you place others above yourself. You trade power for approval. But when you are indifferent, you become the center of gravity. People drift toward those who cannot be shaken. Remember the relationships where you hurt. The one who feels less runs the dynamics. This isn't cynicism. It's biology. The brain seeks stability. The unmoved become the axis everyone orbits. Insight 2. Emotions are currency of power. Every reaction is payment. Anger, jealousy, resentment. You hand away energy. Someone else collects it. Indifference is a vault. You accumulate strength. Have you noticed how respect drops when you try too hard? When you explain, apologize, prove yourself. In their eyes, you have admitted need. Need smells like weakness. True respect is born in silence. Insight 3. The psychology of silence. Silence outguns words. When you hold your silence, the other starts to hear themselves. You create space where doubt settles in their mind. You stay calm, they lose control. You stop playing catch-up. The whole script collapses. You are no longer an actor in someone else's drama. You are the spectator, and the spectator always outlasts the scene. Insight 4. Emotional inertia. Your indifference is not the death of feeling. It is the pause between impulse and action. In that pause, awareness is born. You learn to see the brain's mechanics. Fear gives craving, gives panic. You don't pull the trigger. You watch. And in that watching, you change. This is psychological alchemy, turning pain into observation, reactions into understanding, weakness into control. You don't fear your feelings. You master them. You begin to understand. Power is not volume of feeling, but its precision. You feel when you choose to feel. You respond when you decide to respond, not when someone provokes you. Insight 5. Reverse dependency. When you stop chasing, you get chased. The world senses your calm as a challenge. You no longer beg. You generate a field of confidence. This is the law of dynamics in relationships and communication. People don't flock to the overfeeling. They gravitate toward those who hold a boundary between reason and chaos, strength and weakness. Indifference is not a mask. It's a state where you stop fighting for attention. You simply are, and that is enough. You stop being someone else's shadow. The mind is steady. The brain no longer reacts to every dopamine spike. The habits of chaos fade. You opt for coolness and find warmth inside. This isn't running away. It's coming home. You stop writing, waiting, pleading, proving. You let reality come to you. And when it arrives different. Because you are different. This isn't apathy. It's clarity. You are not soulless. You are clean. You see the world without the smear of feeling. No distortion. No illusions. You stand before the mirror. You look into your own eyes. No masks, no roles. Just you and the silence inside. Once you thought indifference killed connection. Now you know it creates the real thing. Because only a calm mind can love without fear, without performance, without need. When you stop proving, everything starts proving itself to you. You stop arguing with the world. You simply exist, and everything begins to orbit your calm. You win by feeling nothing, but in that, nothing is power. Pure, quiet, inexhaustible. Not coldness, equilibrium. A consciousness freed from reflex. The world tries to break you with emotion. You answer with silence, and in that silence, a power. Invisible, but real. It makes you untouchable. And then you hear the truth. You never lost anything. You merely felt too much to see it. Now you see clearly. And everything returns. No pain, no noise, no fear. And at some point you realize, power is not in proving yourself. Power is in becoming the one people argue about, even if they've never met you. You vanished from the game, yet the game still spins around your silence. If what you feel right now is not just curiosity, but a strange sense of irreversibility, then the process has already begun. You no longer search for exits. You walk inward. This is not a video. It's an entry point. And only you decide to retreat or to cross. If you're ready, go to the next breakdown. A warning. What follows is not motivation. They don't teach there. They dismantle old mechanisms of the mind. It is not safe for those who want to remain the same. Subscribe, only if you consciously choose to continue. You're not a viewer. You are the material for which you forge your own power. Welcome to the silence, where everything truly begins.